and welcome back to the very last episode of The Rundown. My name is Carla Dilpaz.
And my name is Katerina Koteska. Coming up in our final episode, the Rundown team takes on a game of football. We're then joined by Mitch and Callum to talk sport with NFL, A-League and the NBA.
We take you behind the scenes of all the stories we've told on the show and some funny takes on when things haven't always gone according to plan. And later in the show, we have a very special installment of ACLA. You thought it was the last one, but oh, you were so fooled.
But before we head into those stories, let's have a look at the latest news headlines. It's been a devastating loss for the Morrison government. In the Wentworth by-election, as independent candidate Karen Phelps claimed victory, the Liberals suffered a swing of almost 20% against candidate Dave Sharma. The Liberal Party and its predecessors have held the Eastern Sydney electoral since Federation. Mr Sharma won the 41% of first preference votes, while Dr Phelps won about 30%. Labor's candidate Tim Murray won 11%. Prime Minister Scott Morrison said the result was not unexpected and reflected anger in the electorate following the ousting of Malcolm Turnbull in an August leadership coup. Mr Turnbull resigned as the member for Wentworth following the spill. The results today is on us, the Liberals, not on David Sharma, Mr Morrison said. Mr Morrison previously appealed to voters not to opt for an independent because it would jeopardise the government's one-seat majority in the lower house, potentially making it difficult to pass legislation.
Now, on to some weird entertainment news. Ozzy Osbourne, lead singer of Black Sabbath, had to cancel the remaining 4 shows of his tour, including his Las Vegas concert, after being hospitalised due to an alleged infection in his right hand, which he claims was the result of a masturbation injury. Doctors have said that he will likely need another surgery in the coming days, but Ozzy has remained optimistic, stating that he's hoping everyone will be patient and he looks forward to seeing them at the shows next year. The 4 shows will be rescheduled for 2019, according to Live Nation.
In sporting news, Usain Bolt has been offered an A-League contract. According to the head of the A-League, the Central Coast Mariners offered Usain Bolt a contract for much, much less than what Bolt's team requested. A-League's boss Greg O'Rourke said Bolt is considering the Mariners' offer. I understand from Central Coast Mariners that they have tabled an offer to Usain Bolt's management, which he is considering, O'Rourke told SEN Radio. It's been reportedly said that Bolt asked for a deal of around $3 million, but the Mariners' offer was reportedly in the vicinity of $150,000. The 8-time Olympic gold medalist has been on trial at the Central Coast for the past 2 months.
So
I never saw him as a soccer player.
Neither did I, and it's so odd because, I mean, I never would have thought, considering he's so well known for his presence in the Olympics, as, you know, he's a fantastic sprinter. He holds world records, so I definitely wouldn't have envisioned him as a football player.
Because he's so well known for sprinting.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of good that he's, you know, doing something new, something different, because a lot of athletes don't ever sort of branch outside of the sport that they're known for. Yeah. So I think it's kind of cool that he's sort of...
He might surprise us, he might.
He might actually be really good, for all you know.
His team has asked for $3 million and they've only offered, this reportedly, $150,000, which sort of says maybe he's not that good.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play, so I can't tell you, but maybe he'll improve. It's all about practice.
Maybe they will give him $3 million because it's Usain Bolt. But
probably. I mean, the guy's worth a lot, but...
I'm sure they'll come down to a deal, but you can tell us your thoughts on Usain Bolt on Twitter at TheRundown10. And on the topic of football, and some of us who can't play football or soccer,
Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. We decided to put our athletic ability with the rest of our Rundown team, and we took part in a football challenge. Let's have a look at how it went.
You did it. Crossbar challenge.
Hi, I'm the presenter of the Rundown, Carla Dilpaz, and I'm here to kick some balls with this cross challenge thing.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, that's how you do it, yeah.
Hi, my name's Callum Furrizi and I had trials of West Ham. This is for Tom Rogic.
Come on, Italia.
Mella, lovely cushion header. But Gerrard!
Yeah, the package is fine.
What a head, son! What a head!
Hey, it's Mitch Keating for Sport, and I'm here to embarrass myself. Or not.
My name's Karen Kateska. I'm the presenter for The Rundown, and I'm going to attempt to kick a ball.
Oh, yes!
Hello, my name's James Hurley and I wear sunglasses to hide my big night out, and I'm here to play football.
Ooh, you're hard.
That was shocking.
Hi, I'm Momina Shakur for The Rundown, and I don't know what to say.
Me, I didn't even go to the dot.
Yes, Tupac Shakur!
And here he is again. Here he is again. It's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
That doesn't count, does it? You have to get off the ground.
It's just gonna roll.
I was going to say, I hope they're doing it. We're doing it. Actually have something on.
Oh, I did it already.
Yeah.
Justin, you can't do rest of me.
At least you scored.
It's coming home. It's coming
I've seen it twice.
I feel like I should be throwing javelin.
Do it. Vladimir the Impaler.
That's so hard.
That's so hard.
Yeah, take it.
Take the pole.
Ooh, that's not bad, Joe. Go for it. Go! Oh, God.
That was such a graceful fall. Right, here you go, go, go! How are you that good, even like...
I'm gonna take a nap now.
I'm taking that beer. Good night.
Go one more! Come after me!
Oh, Catarina. These shoes are on target. Got it.
Meow. Go, go!
Richie!
That was a very funny package.
It was hilarious. And I
was so
thoroughly enjoyed
enjoyable.
filming this because I had no idea that we actually had a field in that
It's new,
area.
it's brand new.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to sort of run around on the new pitch and get a feel of the synthetic grass, even though I never will because I'm not a sporty person.
It reminds me of how long it's been since I played soccer.
Yeah,
Or
for
football.
sure. I haven't
Sorry.
played football since I was like in grade 6, and it just reminded me of how bad I was at it.
Yeah.
So this is just testament of how terrible I am
Well,
at football.
joining us at the desk are Mitch and Callum, and you were both there. How did you find our football?
Well, I think that, well, I don't know. I didn't know what my expectations were, to be honest. I think that you guys did pretty well. I think you managed to, I think you did well. You did well. You did pretty well.
Spirit was there.
Did you?
Yeah,
Spirit was
That's
there.
true. But did you see the last one? I was shocking. I tried running for the ball.
You get a
and
participation award.
That's all you had.
we all know that
Makes everyone a
participation
winner.
awards aren't very good, Caleb.
But I think all things considered, you guys had a good crack at it. And it was,
Yeah.
What do you think, Mitch?
No, it was fun. I think we got most of the team out there, and like you said, a lot of people don't know it that La Trobe has
No.
those kind of facilities. So that was good that we got to use them, and no, it was really made it into a really fun day and fun packages we saw.
It definitely did. Well, you guys should let us know what your favourite sport is. Is it tennis or is it football? Let us know at the Rundown 10 on Twitter.
But now it's time to talk sport. We're starting off with the A-League, I suspect.
Yes, well, there was a lot of news in the A-League recently, especially with the Melbourne Derby last Friday night, and it was one hell of a match from both sides. I think Melbourne Victory started off very well. They got their new recruit in Keisuke Honda, who scored the opening goal for his new club, and it's just great to see a world-renowned superstar playing in the A-League. I think it's something we don't often get to see from, I guess, players of that calibre. Often a lot of these players will come in the last few seasons of their career, and he's still playing at a very high level, but unfortunately couldn't get his team over the line.
Yeah, he's surely a highly anticipated player, and it was a highly anticipated match, as the Melbourne Derby is always, but wasn't without its controversy. Obviously, the VAR coming in, obviously, first round of the A-League. We thought it might take a bit longer, but like having a few times over the weekend, and as a City fan, I was kind of happy with the outcome, but I can understand the frustration for Victory fans and other fans as well, because I knew it probably wasn't a foul, let alone a penalty. So, obviously some things need to be looked in again. It's disappointing because we had this all throughout last season until the very last game as well. So you could say it's karma for Victory, but it's disappointing, and hopefully we see a change shortly. But and it was a fantastic start to the season. Has that changed your verdict on who's taking out the toilet seat at the end of the year?
The toilet seat, that's not a bad one. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm still a bit sceptical on who could take the title. Obviously, Sydney FC is still very much a powerhouse, but it's Victory, obviously, as the reigning champions, would have liked to get those early 3 points, and they didn't. So the title race is as open as ever, really, and especially after Wellington beating Newcastle, who were favourites in the grand final last year. It really is an open field for any team to sort of come in and take the toilet seat.
So who is your tip this year to win the
Your top picks.
Yeah, your top picks.
If I had to predict the winner now, I'd still have to go with Sydney FC. I think they were quite unlucky in the semi-final last year. Victory played well and probably deserved to go through, but the way Sydney played throughout the year was almost like Richmond this year, where they played so well and just couldn't get it together when it mattered most in that last game before the big one. So if I had to pick now, it'd still be Sydney FC, but it's still very, very tough field.
Yeah. And what about you, Mitch?
Yeah, I think obviously with Sydney's, like Callum said last year, didn't have a strong finish and probably were the most dominant side. And I think what they've done in the off-season, Adam Lafondra, player like De Jong as well, they're fantastic signings, great international players. And it certainly made a great team greater. So there's certainly my tip. I think both Sydney sides have a good chance. Perth as well. I think it's their time to start pressing a bit harder. And I think City, I'd be disappointed if we didn't finish third or fourth at least with the lineup we have. So Sydney Derby this weekend will be interesting to see, but like I said, it's a long season, another 26 games for each side to go.
Well, we talked NBA last week.
We did.
What's happened so far?
NFL, sorry.
No, we'll start with the NFL first.
Yes,
but
we'll start with
in the
NFL.
NFL, there's a lot been happening in the last few days. There was a game actually played overseas in England at Wembley Stadium, the famous Wembley Stadium, and that was between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tennessee Titans, and that was a really close one. That was finished 20-19, and they have a game there every year, but that was probably one of the best they've had for a long time.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the international fans got what they were after. Obviously, Wembley's such a fantastic stadium, and I'm assuming it was a sold-out crowd as well, and Rivers put on a show as he always does for the Chargers, and they're looking like a strong outfit. We know how much the NFL like to experiment with these overseas games, and I think it's really good to see that it's coming to terms both on and off the field with great fans coming along and players themselves putting on a fantastic game. So, no, great aspect to see. But the other Los Angeles side was probably another one we'll be talking about today. The LA Rams, my team, happy to say 7-0. And they just don't seem to be showing a weakness at the moment, which is fantastic. I think that they've always been touted as a strong defensive side. And since bringing in Sean McVay as head coach, he's added this offensive powerhouse and added a lot of great additions in the off-season. So 7-0, I can see them getting beaten maybe soon. We do play your Packers soon, Cal, but how do you see both the Rams and maybe even the Packers turning out this season?
Well, I think the Packers have probably been a bit here or there at the start of the season. I think they've had a couple of very close wins. I think that first one against the Bears, they basically went on a 24-0 run after going 23-0 down or something. So, and then the same happened with the 49ers. They came from behind and won it in the last couple of minutes. But I think if you're looking for a title contender or for a title favourite at the moment, it's got to be the Rams. I mean, you'd be a fool to think anybody else. It is a bit of an open field, and as you say, the Rams, they could be beaten, but they're just looking too strong at the moment. I'm confident in my Packers. I think I've been a fan for a while now, and I've been looking to get another Super Bowl after 2010, but I'm not overly confident at this stage.
So what's happening with the Oakland Raiders? They traded wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Dallas Cowboys this week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mass exodus at Oakland at the moment. They also got rid of Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears, which was a bit of a surprise. It's almost as if they don't know what they're doing. They're just shifting off players like it's a video game. They don't really they do seem to care, but it's almost like I said, it's a bit of a mass exodus at the moment. It's a bit tough to see them really challenging for anything this season, losing so many good players, but. At the end of the day, they could spring a couple of surprises, couldn't they?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one because they were such a strong side in the last couple of seasons, and the injury to Derek Carr late into the season probably cost them a chance at a Super Bowl. But they brought in Gruden in the offseason for signing him to a 10-year contract, which hasn't taken a great start. Probably, I'd say, the worst-looking side in the league at the moment. Obviously, losing Mack and Cooper, two strong players from those runs from the last few seasons, and Mack probably the best player in his position as well. Such a defensive threat, but you can look at the positives. Carr's he's a leader and will be for a few years to come, I think, under Gruden. They've picked up 3 first-round picks into next year's draft, so I guess it's a rebuild I didn't see coming, but look, they've got positives there at the side. Look, they're on the way down at the moment, but what comes down must go up.
Apparently the Raiders are moving to Las Vegas in 2 years.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe
you never know.
To go to Vegas.
Look, I never really thought. If you asked me 5-6 years ago if there'd be 2 teams in LA, then I probably wouldn't be, I guess, too confident in that. So the prospect of a team in Las Vegas doesn't surprise me too much. I mean, there's a lot of money in Las Vegas, so it doesn't surprise me they're making a bid. So, I mean, you never know, and it could be a good move for them. Sometimes changes of scenery help new sides. Is that something you could fathomably see?
It's coming through, and I think that come by 2020 when they are in Las Vegas, it'll be a new look for them. Obviously, I say with a rebuild as well, it kind of helps. But the fan base, I think that it's not too bad in Oakland at the moment, and any city's always a bit upset to be losing a national sporting side. So while Las Vegas do gain one, Oakland do lose theirs. But you never know. Like Las Vegas is a big city as well, and probably welcome the Raiders in, and hopefully in a short few years' time they do have a contender at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, we're at the halfway point. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this season?
Well, as I said before, I can't see anybody but the Rams going all the way. I know you're probably happy to hear that, Mitch, but it just seems like a one-horse race at the moment. It's almost a race for second, really, but you never know. Like I said before as well, Richmond, it seemed like it was a race for second this year in the AFL, and Collingwood came up and beat them. So you never know what could happen in the NFL or in any sport for that matter. So my pick is the Rams, but there's still a hint of suspicion that someone else could come up and snatch it.
Yeah, I don't like tipping with my heart a lot, and even if I was tipping with my brain, I probably would push towards the Rams if I was a neutral fan. But an outfit like the Chiefs behind Mahomes this season have been fantastic. I've always thought, leading up to the season, I thought the Vikings were fantastic as well in the preseason. They probably have a bit more to improve on. You can never rule out Tom Brady and the Pats. So, it's been obviously a great start to the season so far.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, guys.
Thanks,
That's all the time we have for sport today. It's been a pleasure.
Time.
Yes, last time.
Oh, now you're making me sad.
But here at the rundown, we've covered some very interesting and cool stories, from aerial yoga to ballroom dancing and to film festivals. We've even gone out and spoken to the students of La Trobe. Our next story takes you behind the scenes of all of that. Your inside look behind the stories, how we tell and when we tell them, and they're not always a one-shot wonder.
We never are. Let's check it out.
Okay, I'm done for the night. See you later.
Wake up!
I'll make it quick before we miss anything.
That's it. Look smarter.
That's it. How's it? Frame all right?
Yep. 3, 2, perfect. 1. Cue in.
But again, this is and oh my god, I had something really good going there for a second. Here's one of the, I guess. I've forgotten my lapel mic.
The sun, my beautiful eyes. Put the umbrella back up!
And now, we are here in the La Trobe Agora. Watch as the specimens, Latrobians, eat their food. Such great atmosphere, trees,
Hello. Hi. I'm back again, me being a bit of an awkward turtle asking for friends. Hi James, how are you today?
Not too bad, yourself?
Lovely, thanks
The
for...
microphone would help.
Fantastic. Are there any, what the f*** am I asking? Step together, yeah. Merge. Just hold on one moment. This coffee's from 9 a.m. It tastes a little bit weird. Have my always... Oh no, it's got dirt in it. Can we leave that out? It's actually got dirt on it. Hi friends. This is literally everyone in the Agora today. Do you want to talk about the student elections? Got a little spooked there. Yeah, well, I mean, the Trobe students should be thanking me because I just got those real aggressive ducks off Simpson Lawn and back into the pond, the moat. That's all right. We can edit it.
No, I like that.
Push the hammock as far away as you can. Come up onto your right hip and kick switch that leg up and over.
Oh.
So like this. And then you're going to soften your shoulders, releasing your head between your arms. I don't know that I'm pushing it. I'm going to do something. You guys. That's it.
And today we're down at Mindful Yoga Studios. Today I'm trying something new that I've never done before, aerial yoga.
Yeah, so you keep that phone to silence.
I'm in the middle of filming right now.
Hello. Oh, God.
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
Mamina Shakira for La Trobe. No, for Upstart, what? For the rundown. And you sound like you know a fair bit of information about drugs. Do you... I'm kidding. So basically, heaps of drugs and just live through it.
That was so funny.
I loved
it so much. It just, we've had so much fun on this show.
We definitely had, and it definitely pays testament to the fact that not everything works out. We're not all one-take wonders, as you said before.
Things go wrong.
They do, and let me tell you, my Ducks package, so many things went wrong.
No, I remember that package. No one wanted to speak to us.
Nobody wanted to talk,
happened.
and it's the worst, especially when you're out there and you're like, hey, do you want to talk about the show with me? And people are like, no, don't want to talk to you. Go away.
Or give you very lame excuses.
Yeah, some girls like to me, I have an assignment to do. I can't talk right now. And I'm like, I have assignments to do.
Well, that package was a great reminder of how much fun we've had. Since it hasn't been all gone smoothly. What's been your favourite part? Or favourite story we've done?
My favourite story, It's kind of like a mix between two. I really, really enjoy the duck package, but also the science works one. I think visually that was the best thing ever. Yep. But for our next package, despite some hesitation from our team, ACLA is back for what might possibly be the very last time. Many of the creators of the ACLA format are finishing their degree this year, so they have put together this special package to celebrate. I have been told by the creators of ACLA that they humbly apologise for the representation of ducks on their show for the past millennia. So here it is.
Hello and welcome to ACLA. My name is Callum Misson, and over the past year, I've been your host through the weird and wacky, wonderful things we have investigated on this program. We've investigated communist ducks, we've investigated bad car parking, and we've investigated the most heinous group of people of all, sports journalists. But today, we might be taking a bit more of a positive spin by investigating the glue that keeps the La Trobe Live team together, Amel Bertelek. Amel is the backbone of every single broadcast that comes out of this space. She has managed to avert her own fair share of disasters. Sorry, I have a bit of Charlie's update stuck in my throat. But more than that, she's able to assist students in their role and help them teach and grow and become better at what they do.
At first, there was a real panic being vision switcher, especially because you had to get everything done, get everything together really quickly. Learning the equipment also, you had to learn, how to cut, and when things kind of got messy and you had to suddenly make changes on the fly to the interface and stuff.
Unbelievable! What a cocky bastard!
All right. And a big part of that comes down to Amel teaching me that stuff. I became really confident towards the latter half of it because it was just her constantly teaching and kind of having your back as the vision switcher.
Yeah, it wasn't just the advice with how to work stuff in the hub, and she'd teach us stuff about how to talk to other people in the hub and how to work as a team. But she'd also give really good feedback when it came to the packages we made, and how to new different types of editing styles and things like that. I can prove that your garden variety fruit are actually not the sexy fruit you thought they were. What? Which felt I really benefited from and was a real plus for doing that subject.
Amel was amazing. She made me feel so comfortable. She really helped me out learning the assistant producing role. I learnt so much from her. I remember she even helped me pick my camera, and she's really the highlight of La Trobe Live, I think. I think she's really a standout when it comes to La Trobe Live. Getting to know Amel and working with Amel was definitely one of the big highlights with doing La Trobe Live.
As a producer on the Morning Journal, I did a lot of different roles, which included writing scripts with one of my reporters, Rachel, but also running around and facilitating everything. I wouldn't have been able to do that without Amel's assistance in really guiding me through what the role of a producer does. This was the first time I was ever a producer for any of our projects here at uni, but also in the media industry. So having some guidance was really awesome and made our show really successful.
At the end of the day, without Amel, we wouldn't have really had a show, especially in my final semester. She was kind of like the keeper of La Trobe Live. She was all the tech support in one friendly package with good taste in music. Even if the coordinator of the subject wasn't there for whatever reason, she would always be there, and you could always rely on her to assist us in any way possible. It was pretty fun having her around those last 2 semesters.
So Amel came here as a trainee for the Media Hub. One of the things that struck us when we were interviewing was Amel's positivity and wanting to learn and wanting to sort of bring people on board with what she knew. I'd just like to say, Amel, it's been really nice to work with you. For me, it's been really exciting to see how you've developed and the sort of skills and knowledge that you've taken up. And yeah, it's just been really nice to be with you over the years.
For many of us, it's our last year here, and Amel has dragged us kicking and screaming into the real world. And we wouldn't have gotten as far as we are today without her. So now, without further ado, we're just going to be basic and just do that thing they always do at the end of videos like this.
Thanks, Amel.
Thanks for everything you've done, Amel.
Thanks, Amel.
Thanks, Amel. You the best.
Thanks, Amel. Good luck with whatever life throws at you.
Thanks, Amel, for all your hard work and all your fun and positivity. It's great to work with you.
Thanks, Amel. Thank you.
Stay Gucci.
Well, thank you all for joining us.
That's
you our final show. We've had the biggest pleasure in being your host, and everyone here at the Rundown have had all the best time in bringing you stories and shows every week.
We do, and I would love to thank my mum and dad for... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to thank our exec producer, Tim Stone, our whole team, James, Mitch, Kayla, Momina, Tristan, and of course, Amel here at the Media Hub. This show will be missed dearly, but we've had the best time together. And for the final time, as we always say, goodbye-bye.